I've seen things in the woods that don't fit into any field guide. I'm a search and rescue officer, and our training covers everything from hypothermia to bear attacks. But it doesn't cover the stairs. We're told explicitly never to acknowledge them and under no circumstances to ever go near them. This isn't some official rule you'll find in a manual. It's an oral tradition passed down from seasoned officers to rookies like I was. You just don't talk about them outside the job. The call came in on a crisp October afternoon. A family of 4 was reported missing after failing to return from a day hike on a well-marked trail. Me and my partner Evans were dispatched. We found their car at the trailhead, and their trail was easy to follow at first. But then, about 2 miles in, the dog we had with us, a German Shepherd named Rex, started whining and pulling against his lead. The air grew still, the way it does before a storm, but the sky was clear. That's when we saw them. The stairs. They were just there, in the middle of a dense thicket of pine where no house had ever stood. They were made of old, weathered wood, curling with moss and fungus, and they ascended about 12 feet into the air before stopping at nothing. They looked ancient. A cold dread settled in my stomach. Evans gripped my arm. "Don't look at it," he whispered, his voice tight. "Just keep moving." We pressed on, but the atmosphere had changed. The woods were too quiet. No birds, no insects, just the oppressive silence and the feeling of being watched from every shadow. We found the family an hour later. The parents and their young son were huddled together by a fallen log, shivering and dehydrated, but otherwise okay. They were terrified, babbling about a man with no face who had been following them. But their 8-year-old daughter, Lily, was gone.
While Evans called in the location for a medevac, I questioned the parents. Through their sobs, they said Lily had wandered off just before they got lost. She said she saw a pretty staircase and wanted to climb it. My blood ran cold. We initiated a full-scale search for Lily, focusing the grid on the area where the stairs had been. As night fell, the teams consolidated, but we found nothing. The temperature was dropping fast. The child wouldn't last the night. I was part of a 2-man team sweeping a sector to the north. My flashlight beam cut through the darkness, catching on gnarled branches that looked like grasping arms. And then I saw a flicker of pink through the trees. Lily's jacket. My heart leapt. I radioed my position and rushed forward, my partner close behind. She was standing with her back to us, perfectly still in a small clearing. And there, in the center of that clearing, was another set of stairs. This one was different. The wood was darker, almost black, and it seemed to absorb the light from our torches.
"Willie!" I called out, my voice cracking. "Don't move! Stay right there!" She didn't turn. She just started to climb. One slow, deliberate step at a time. Every instinct, every rule screamed at me to stay back. But I was looking at a little girl, alone and freezing. I couldn't just obey the protocol. I ran into the clearing. "Lily, stop!" I was 20 feet away, then 10. The air grew thick and heavy, and a low hum filled my ears, a sound that felt like it was coming from inside my own head. I was 5 feet away, reaching for her jacket when she reached the top step, where there was no landing, just empty air. She stopped and slowly, mechanically turned her head to look down at me. Her eyes were gone, not injured or bloody, just smooth, unbroken skin where her eyes should have been. A small, serene smile was on her face.
"Can you hear the music?" she whispered. Her voice didn't sound like a child's. It was layered like many people speaking at once. I froze, my hand outstretched, my breath caught on my throat. The humming in my ears intensified, and for a single, horrifying second, I could hear it, a distant, discordant melody that felt both alien and deeply, terribly ancient. Then she was gone. not vanished in a puff of smoke, but one moment she was there, and in the blink of an eye, she simply wasn't. The stairs remained a silent, grim monument in the darkness. We never found a trace of Lily. The official report lists her as lost in the wilderness, presumed deceased. I never told anyone what I saw, not even Evans. He knew, though. He saw the look on my face when I walked back into camp, and he never asked. Some things you just know. I still work search and rescue. I still see the stairs from time to time, and I never, ever get close, because now I know what's at the top.